Okay, regular viewers, we are back. We are creeping up to 400 subscribers, so that is a huge blessing. Thank you so much for all that support. This week's exciting adventure in the regular shop, we're going to work on something my eldest regular assistant made. And what have we got here?
A regular mullet glide bait.
So you drafted this yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are we looking at here?
So this is the top of the lure. This is the spot where the line is going to be.
The line tie?
This is the line tie, and those two arrows are
did you do a diagram of the line tie there? Is that what that is?
Yes, sir. That's what that is.
Okay. And this is the hooks are going to go there?
Uh-huh.
And that's the tail?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is the joint, I'm guessing?
Yes, sir.
So this is a side view?
Yes, sir.
All right. You just came up with this all on your own?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. All right. So, oh, there's a key. There's a key. What is this?
Lead holes.
All right. So the circle equals...
lead holes.
And those are located, 3 of them, huh?
Yeah, 3.
Pretty snazzy. And those are the bottom view of the treble hooks with the line tie.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this week what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 glide baits.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to make one. I'm going to show you step by step how to make one, and you're going to make one.
Ooh.
So you're going to make one with me. So we're going to draw them out. I'm going to show you how to cut them out. So you're going to use power tools, big, dangerous, scary, noisy, cut your fingers off power tools, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're going to do some painting. All right. We're going to put some lead in this thing, and we're going to make hook hangers, and we're going to make tails. It's going to be nuts.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
We're just going to go bananas here in the regular shop. All right. So this is probably going to be more than a 1-part video because it's going to be quite extensive, but we're going to get it done. So let's get our supplies and then we'll get right back. All right. So this is our material. This is a fancy piece of woodworking material, also known as the regular editor's old cutting board. Okay. So I don't know what kind of wood it is. Appears to be a tan kind of wood.
Yes,
all right. Looks like it was routed on this side right here, so maybe we'll make that the top. We can start to use that as a router, but we'll have down the bottom here nice and flat to drill our lead holes in. So let's get a tape measure, find out where half of this is, and we will cut it in half, and that's where we'll start. Okay. All right. So the regular assistant got his regular tape measure. So measure this dog for me.
Yes, sir.
That's right. We're using dogs again today.
13 inches.
13 inches. What's half of 13?
6.5.
Well, why don't you put a mark there? I'll hold the tape measure for you, okay? We'll work as a team. 6.5. All right. Whoop. Okay, now, hold on. Don't go anywhere. We'll square up our square and draw me a regular straight line. Nice and thick so regular guys like me can see it. Okay? There you go. So that's half, you're telling me, right?
Yes, sir.
So that'll give us 2 pieces. So we're going to bring that over to the regular vise and cut it in half. Okay, so the regular assistant has this piece of wood up here in the regular vise. He's got his line on it, and he is going to demonstrate cutting it in half. Nice and slow. Take your time. Perfect. Here's our 2 pieces. Great. And this is our reference for a mullet fish. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that. And you're going to kind of sketch out a fishy shape here on your piece of wood, okay? So there's that. There's your pencil. And here's my pencil. All right, and were we using safety equipment on that last little iteration?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what were we doing? What were we using?
A regular jigsaw.
Yeah, what safety equipment were we using? You don't remember?
A pair of safety glasses and headphones.
Earphones, right?
Yes, sir. I'd say that is the worst looking fishtail I've ever seen.
Well, we don't have to do the fishtail. As you see, I just kind of did the body here because we're going to make the tail out of something else. See?
Oh, for sure.
That's me not telling you exactly what it is we're doing.
All right.
So look, you got 2 of them going there. But this shape isn't that bad, okay? But we want to encompass a little more of the wood here. So mullet's kind of going to go down a little bit there. It's got a bit of a belly on it. But that's pretty good. Not too bad. If you want it shorter than that, that's fine. We can make it shorter than that.
I can't believe I forgot.
No, it's fine. This is how you learn there. So we'll do that, and then we can cut yours off right there if you want.
Yeah, we could do that. So
that's what you want to do?
Forget.
So we don't forget. Okay. So other features that we're going to want to put into this, we'll say, are a gill. So how I draw a gill is I make a basic V first. Okay, so let's do that about 1 inch in on the head. Okay, so basic V kind of shape.
Something like that.
Is that a V?
Nah.
What letter is that?
It's not a V. I just tried doing what you
Well,
did.
I know, but I made mine a little off there. V.
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 There we go. That's
much better.
That's
okay.
Much better.
And then I kind of round it usually here. I kind of beat myself to the punch, I guess, when I do that. So,
right there?
Yeah, well, you want to hold on to your project. So, but we can do that. And then this is all going to get sanded off, and we're going to have to sketch it again. But a mullet has a fin that kind of, most fish kind of have a fin that kind of goes back, but a mullet has a fin, and we're going to carve that in. That kind of goes up like that.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do, kind of go up to, yeah, near to his back. Okay. Take your time. That's good. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then we're going to put in a decent size eye. I'll show you the eyes that we're going to use for this lure here. So you can kind of see what size that is going to be. That's the size eye we're going to use right there, okay?
That is not bad looking at all.
Not bad looking at all, okay? So, and their eye is very forward on their face. Okay?
This is not a regular shad.
So right about there. Okay, so on it pretty forward on its face, right about there.
Okay. Yeah, that is way too small. I think mine's a mini mullet.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. So there's that. And then sometimes you want to put some mouth parts in. And that can be just as simple as something like that. It's a little bit of a mouth feature. Okay.
I'm just going to put a dot on the eye. Make it look fancy.
Oh, fancy. So is that circle this size?
No, sir.
I'll try to make it about that size, all right? Put in some mouth parts on yours like this. See how I'm doing that?
Well, there kind of already is a line like that, so okay. That's a little bit of a mouth.
So yeah, but you just come in here like that. Just that little bit of detail will make a little bit of difference there. And some of this is going to get sanded off, but we're going to be thinking of this as we're making our lure. This fin actually looks pretty nice. It didn't do too half bad. Okay. So go in like that, and then so fin rays, right? Just kind of straight lines that kind of evenly space out, like that. Yeah, just take it. There you go.
Yeah, that's good. A little bit better than what I started doing.
All right. So that's our basic shape. So what we'll do now is I'm going to outline this with my Sharpie marker.
Yeah, that looks.
So that's our fish shape there. So this back I messed up, but it's okay. We'll go to that inside of that line. All right. So here, outline yours. You don't have to do the tail, just to that. Yeah, there you go. Good man. So that is pretty good. I like it. I think we can make a glide bait out of that. So things that we're going to do, so we're going to cut out this shape. We're going to have to find where we're going to put the joint in there. Okay? So we're going to do that while it's still kind of chunky shaped, because other things we're going to have to do while it's chunky is, and this is just an example, is we're going to have to cut a V into it like that, and that is going to represent the front half and the back half. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to have to do that as well. And the more of those measurements you do when it's still kind of chunky, the better. So, all right, let's go take it back over here and get this dog cut out. That's right, I said it. All right, so I'm going to start by coming in and cutting this direction here to cut out towards the nose, okay?
Okay.
And you can take your time with your saw, but it's important you hold on to it. Obviously, you don't put your fingers in front of this area. That's why it's got this guard. But you can steady it in a couple different places, and you come in nice and slow. Sneak up on it like that, okay? There's no rush. I didn't let the saw get away from me. It doesn't matter how fast the blade is going. It's how fast you push it here, okay? So I'm sorry, it's not going to be easy to film this here, but... Ooh, it doesn't help when it comes out of the vise. That's below average. We don't need these yet because it's not fancy right now. Let's try that again. And turn it around. And we might have to sand this piece off on the belt sander here because I don't know if I can get a good grip on that, but that's our basic shape. Okay, you ready to try it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember, you're not going to go right along the line. Go out from the line. Give yourself some room to work with. You just want to take the chunk of that end off, okay?
Yes, sir.
Don't start with the blade on the project. Start back there. Engage it. Oh, see that? That wasn't bad at all, was it?
No, sir.
Okay.
That was not bad.
All right. You want to try one more?
Yes, sir.
Can you go this direction here? Again, start with the blade off the project. Yeah, all right. Okay, go ahead. Remember, start with the blade off the project.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's a line you want to cut on. So take your time and just go right down it. Good job. All right. Looks like your fish is coming out there, huh?
Yes, sir.
We've got our basic cutting done just for the exterior here. So next is we're going to cut in our eye holes. Okay. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the center of that circle. And I'm going to press my awl down in it. Say hi to the awl.
Hi, all.
Hi, y'all. Sounds so southern. Okay. Do the same thing to yours, okay? And we're going to drill a hole all the way through the fish so that hopefully our eye hole ends up on the same place on both sides. Okay? All right, let's do that. And this is, we're going to use our Forstner bit after we get the hole drilled all the way through to get that cut in. So, all right, so let's go over to the regular drill press. Okay, so we've got our fish in the non-bolted in drill press vise, which is not ideal, but that's all we've got right now. So we have put our small drill bit in. We've tightened it up with the key, and it's vitally important there to make sure that key is put back in the spot before you turn this on, or else it'll zing around at however many RPMs this is and stick in your face. So again, we've got our safety glasses on, right?
Yes, sir. Okay,
we measure or make sure that that is lined up with our spot we put with the awl there. So to guide that drill bit down, just nice and smooth all the way through the lure. Okay, it's just that easy. We drilled that hole all the way through, so it's there, and then when we flip it over, it's relatively in the same place on the other side. So when we do our next step, which is going to be the Forstner bit here, it is going to, you're going to put that point down in the hole we just drilled, right? And it's going to drill out a circle, which is the point of this bit. And then when you come over here and you do the same thing, it should drill out a circle relatively in the same place.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now your father has already messed it up in that this isn't quite level yet, which is why I should have cut that. I should have done this even before I cut that piece of it off, but you know, we can roll with it. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes and you can't just throw away your whole project. So I'm going to put yours here in the vise, and then you're going to drill out yours, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, show me that it's lined up where you want it. We did our little test. Good. Okay, now you're going to turn it on. All right, whoop, that's good. You got it. Okay, so with this one, again, we're going to line it up to make sure that the center of it is going to touch right into the same hole. But this one, we're going to turn it on, and we're going to go real slow. And you're going to let the drill bit do the cutting, and you're just going to slowly press it in, okay? You're not going to ram it down into it, or anything like that. You can damage the bit, you can damage your project, and it's going to cut a really ugly hole like that. So again, we're going to go slow down into it, okay? Let the drill bit do the work. A little further. That's it. Okay? Now we're going to flip our fish over and do it again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so because we've drilled that hole on the other side, now our bit has a place to land. So again, we're going to go nice and slow. Let the drill bit do the work. And that's it, okay?
Okay.
All right, now we're going to get your fish. All right, so you've got it down in the vise, tightened up. You've double checked that it's going to go where it needs to go.
Yes,
so we're going to turn it on, and we're going to let the drill bit do the work.
Yes, sir. Oh, forgot to unlock it.
That's good. The safety lock is on. Nice and slow. Keep going. Keep going. A little further. Keep going. You're doing great. That's a great speed. That's how fast you want to do that. A little bit more. Good. Perfect. All right. That is a good looking eye right there. Second verse, same as the first. Ready? Hit it. Good. Okay, blow it off. Good man. All right. That's a good look. Okay, so we've got it back in the vise. What we're going to do is now estimate a couple lead holes for this animal. All right. Then we'll cut 3 or 4 into it. Now, again, well, the sides are all square, so it's easy to... Here, back up just a skosh there, killer. All right. Well, the sides of this lure are all square still. This is a good time to be doing these kind of cuts because it's easier to make sure that they're going to be going straight into the lure. So, go right about... Go down the snoot a little more. And we're just going down the distance of that bit. That's how deep this hole is, okay? So once that bit, the cutting part, gets down into the wood, that's deep enough, okay? You want to make sure you get time for those chips to come out. If you go too fast, it won't have time to kick out all the wood chips. Okay? So we'll put those 3 in there. And then we're going to put in some in the tail here, but we'll probably use a smaller bit for that because we're going to get this thing. It's going to get. I can't speak. This is going to get narrower in the tail, so we're going to want a smaller bit for that. Okay, so you're ready to go. We're going to put a couple of the big ones in the front of your lure.
Yes,
so you remember, you're going to turn it on and go down slow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go. Let it do the cutting. All right. Nice and slow. There you go. Feed it in. See that? As long as those chips are flying out nicely like that, then you can keep going. I'm going to push a little faster. Okay, once it's all the way in, that's far enough. Great. All right, shut it off. Careful putting your finger down there. All right, go for the next one. All right, good work. Okay, and then we'll reset it for the next one, all right? Last one, go. There, you're getting it, huh? You feel it?
Yes, sir.
Great. Put it up. All done. Let me see a thumbs up. Okay, so we got it lined up for the tail. We're going to put 2 smaller holes in the tail. So go ahead. Great. All right, last one. So a big part of making a glide bait, for me at least, I'm not an expert and I'm not a good woodworker, is all the prep work. So all these holes cutting ahead of time, finding where your tail slot is going to be, which is coming up here soon. But also we're going to now do the lines for the joint, okay? So the way I do that, and there may be better methods, but this is the one that worked for me, is I start with my square, and I'm going to use the square here to find the front of the joint. If we get a glide bait from previous life, okay, here was a really large and obnoxious glide bait from my previous life, and the front of the joint, by that I mean if you put a line straight across your lure, right where the peak of that angle is. You see what I'm talking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got to find that place on this lure. So the way I do that is, again, I take my square, and that's as far forward as I want to go with it, right behind that lead hole. and I draw a nice straight line, okay? So take your square and do the same thing. Come under here.
Yes, sir.
And show the regular viewers how you do it.
Right here?
Okay, back off just a skosh. Hold up. Hold, slow down. When you hold this, hold the square, and then clamp this with your finger or your thumb and finger to the square. Because if you just lay it down on the ground like this or on the thing, it's not going to be 90 true degrees. Okay? So that's clamped in. So draw a nice line. Do it again. Back and forth a couple times. A nice dark line. We'll use a regular pencil instead of the fancy one. That way you can always see it, okay? So now that is a nice 90-degree line. So now we got to do some angle business there, buddy. Okay? And what we're trying to find is now where this point is going to be, okay? Where these two angles are going to come together in time and space. So we've got our angle finder. I use 60 degrees here. I line the points where this intersects with this straight line right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Draw a line for me, nice and dark. Great. Okay, now 60 degrees. We got to get to the other side of 60 degrees. What's 60 and 60?
120.
Okay. This is plastic and cheap, so you got to be really gentle with it. So go over here to our friend 120. Line that up. Tighten it down ever so slightly, just enough so it doesn't move, because if you wrench on this thing, it'll break the whole animal.
And we won't have any angles.
And we won't have any more angles. It'll be angleless.
And it's
okay, so again, now we're finding the other side of it. So we've lined that up. Okay. So that is the joint right there. Not this part up here, that part right there. So now we need to translate that to the other side of the lure, or to both sides of the lure, rather. So let me see that. Oop, gone into oblivion.
Well, not exactly.
Oh, he got it. Thank you. Okay. Switch to the other side. Got it. Okay. So there's our lines. And you may be asking, what are those for? I'm glad you asked. Because we're going to clamp this dog in the vise, and we're going to use these pieces of wood that were specially made for this job to cut, to help guide our saw and cut towards that center point. We're going to start that cut now, but we're not going to cut it all the way through because we don't want to break it yet, because we're going to still shape this, okay?
Sure.
But again, it's much easier for me to start cutting when this lure is still in its squared state. So come in here. And what angle are you on? Are you on 60 or 120?
120.
Okay, so that's fine. You just got to know what side you're going to be working with. Okay? So we'll go this way. And no, you're going to do this, not me.
No.
But watch what I do, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's easier for me to pull it down past it just a little bit, just the width of the pencil. I hold this in, see?
Yes, sir.
So I've got it clamped in. Here, no, just like tying a knot. You got to do it.
Okay. Right over here.
Okay, down a little further. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Pull it down a little further, just past the line.
There we are.
Just so there's enough room for the lead of the pencil there, okay? Hold on. Whoops, slow down there, Turbo. You're getting paid by the hour here, okay. Got it clamped in?
Mm-hmm.
Do it again. Okay, now, slow down. Oh, goodness. Okay, now get the 60 degrees, please.
Lefty-loosey.
Do it here so they can see what you're doing. Lefty-loosey, that's right. Bring it over to 60.
I have 60.
There it is. Now tighten it down a little bit just when it's just lined up with that line, right?
There we are.
Okay.
Nice. No, not that one. Nope, no. Okay, here we are.
Okay. So I'm going to bring it right to there, right to it, and then bring it down just a little bit for the width of the pencil. Hold on. Whoa, you got to do this. You're not learning if you're not doing it. That's cheating. I do it for you. Okay, get it tight against the lure. I can see daylight through here. So get it tight against your project.
There we go.
Good.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Ah. It's okay. Bring it down again. Down again, just a little bit right there. Perfect. All the way to the end. Okay, so we've got to clean this up a little bit because this is not quite all the way to it, but we can just do that like this, okay? Now that we know where those lines exist in space.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So there's our point, and that's the point for the square. So put your square on there.
Yes, sir. And be regular cheating if I didn't do it.
Be regular cheating. Okay, hold on. Slow down. Are we there? I can't see it. Okay, yep, you got it. Nice and dark. Great. Okay, let me see. Beautiful. Flip it over. Do it to the other side. Okay, let's take a look. See how we did. Perfect. Very nice. Okay. And again, that's where we're going to come in with our cut this way with the use of this guide here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to cut in to about here so that there's still enough meat that this lure is not going to fall apart when we start sanding it. So, but I think the regular assistant or the regular editor was trying to tell us that it is supper time for you. So say good night, everybody.
Night, regular viewers.
All right. Thumbs up. Good effort today. Okay, regular viewers. So last we spoke, we had put on our diagram for where the joint is going to be in this lure. So we've drawn it out. We've drawn our lines down the side, and it's going to follow this lower X or this lower triangle here of the X. And we're going to use these on the vise as our guides for our saw blade. So essentially, if I had the lure in there right, it's going to be in there like this, so that the saw is going to follow this line and down that line. And again, we're only going to cut in about halfway, not all the way, because we still need to shape this lure. But it's much easier to do when it's all flat-sided and flat-bottomed like this, because you can clamp it together nicely. All right, so I've got this in the vise now, and I've got it measured here and sighted in so that this blade is going to follow just on the other side of that line. In fact, I will tap it down just a skosh more, just a little closer. Because once you start cutting, that's it. So make sure you're taking your time. Okay. And again, not all the way. So we're only going about halfway there so that we can still shape this lure and it won't break apart. So now I'm going to turn it around and do the other side. So I flipped this project around. Yeah, I forgot. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I ideally would like to just do it all at once. But these, as you can see, don't hang off of here. I guess I could just put a piece of wood here and make that, but I haven't. So anyway, it's easier for me to just clamp in the one side and use my protector on the other side. So that's what we done did. But again, I'm taking my time, making sure I'm sighting it in while I'm cutting it, because this will make or break your joint. It's probably good enough. All right, are you ready to do yours?
Yes, sir.
Think you understand? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
So you've got it lined up, right? You've got it in the vise.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to take your time and just back and forth. There's no rush for this. Keep it flat on the guide. Might have gone just a little too far, but we'll go shorter on the other side. All right, side 2. You're all lined up?
Yes, sir.
Take your time, start cutting. All right, regular viewers, so let's see what kind of damage we did here. This is my fish. So again, we have cut just about 3/4 of the way, I guess, into this. There's still enough meat left that we can shape the rest of this lure, shape the sides down and the top and all that business. But the joint will be there because when we go to clamp it again, as I said, if the edges are rounded, it's a lot more difficult to start that cut. But if that's already there to guide us the rest of the way, then we'll be all right. So show them how you did there, young man. Okay?
Very uneven.
No, it's great. No, you're going along. You're following the guide there. This is because you're letting the saw get a little loosey-goosey, but you're going to learn that with time. This one's pretty nice. As you can see, this is where you were pulling it in and out rather than just holding it against there. You kind of widened that, but that's okay because the trick is after we cut this and before we're ready to assemble it, you do have to pull this angle back a little bit so that the joint can go a little more. So there is wiggle room to work on it. So all is not lost. You're doing just fine. Okay, but now we need to find where our tail is going to go, right? These swim baits have a tail put in them. I don't know why I keep putting this guy away because we keep having to use an example, but here's a tail. It's pinned in with this piece of wire, but we've cut a slot and then we have drilled it out. So again, we're going to use our friend the Forstner bit here. That's what drilled this hole, and it fits our mold for our tail. These are some tails molds that I've made in the past. This was if you saw the lipless crankbait one, that large lipless crankbait tail that I made. And a little pro tip for you. This one here, you can see I forgot to put locators in it. Rookie mistake, right? So you have to be real careful when you clamp it together that you square it up. But if you don't want all your molds to just look like white chunks, if you want to keep them more organized, you can do a spray paint on the top of them right there to show off what it is. Because otherwise, they all start to look like just bricks. What's a blick? I don't know, but a brick. Okay, so those are the tails that we're going to make. This is how I make them. This is a carved out tail. This, obviously, this is that diameter, right? Which is what we're going to drill in our swim bait.
Yes.
Okay. So that will fit in there and kind of lock in place. Same size for that one there. So this is a good size for that guy. So we need that tail. And again, this is the entire length of the lure minus the tail. So if we drill that in about there, and then what we're going to do that, just nice and simple, we're just going to kind of make an X across it here. And what does X mark?
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot. Okay. Boom. And that's where we're going to drill that out. Okay. And then from there, then we're going to cut in just a little bit narrower than that, like this. See these lines?
Wow.
Okay. And then that's going to act like a keyhole here, which is going to hold this tail in place. Okay.
I think I like this tail the best.
That color?
No, the shape of the tail.
The shape, yeah. But the other thing too is if you wanted it more of a V tail, then all you do is take your friend's scissors and you cut away, and you got that. No problem. So let's take yours, and you're going to make yourself an X. All right.
X marks.
Nice even X.
X marks the spot.
Good. Take your time. You want to make sure. Whoop. You want to make sure that your starting and ending point is the same. So if you went straight across this guy, you'd probably be right about here. Okay? Yeah. That's going to help you find the center.
No.
It helps. It helps if the line is straight there. That was more of a. That was really artsy though. That was cute. Okay.
Oh.
So, but we'll be all right, and then we'll still drill right in the middle of that, and that'll be mostly in the center of our lure. Okay. So we're going to go back over there to the vise and take care to the drill press rather, right? And drill these out. Oh, we forgot our friend.
Oh.
Hi, y'all. Oh, now I said it. You got me saying it. Okay. Right down in the center of the X marks the spot. What spot does it mark?
It marks the spot. That's what they always say.
Who's they? You do it.
I guess it's
Take
most
it
of
away.
the regular viewers.
Press down. It's not a drill bit. You got to push in there. Like it insulted your mother. All right.
Whew.
Beautiful.
So,
All right, so it's checked up. We've checked to make sure we're going to hit the what appears to be the right spot. I'll go in just a skosh. Okay, turn her on. It wandered. Ooh, no bueno. I can still save it though. So there we go.
that's the whole point.
The whole point. What's the whole point? I don't even remember anymore.
The whole point was to go all the way through.
Oh, that was the whole point. Oh, good job. Okay. Well, we'll be right back as we get yours ready to go, okay? So get it under the X. So remember, when you're clamping this in, try to get this parallel with these, nice and level with these. See where you're up all weird like that? Now the level, this lure may not be level all the way across. So unclamp it, loosen her up. There you go.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. You're going to keep. So now we need to work on this way. Go down again. Do it again. Okay. Whoop, gentle, gentle. I think you got it. You're going to hold on to this so that this doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Perfect. Good. Lift it out again. Let it clean itself out. Okay. Okay, do it again. All right, so we've got this back in the vise. So there, young assistant, I have drawn 2 lines to represent where that keyhole is going to go. So now I am going to take my pull saw again, and again, slow and steady wins this race, because this is real hard to fix if you mess this up, because it's really, really difficult to put the wood back.
Yeah. You know, it looks like an actual keyhole from a lock.
Well, that's why we call it that. I didn't just make that up. I'm not that smart, I promise.
No, you're smart.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go to the other side. Okay, and we can clean that up with the file. So even if it's not perfect, you don't want to go too wide, because we can always file off wood, but it's real hard to put it back, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're putting it in the vise?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Whoa.
Okay, a little lower in the vise, okay? See what you've done? Now these are kind of askew. It's trying to push it out. Now we need to get it down further. So you, again, level with the vise, put it out here so we can work on the end of your project.
There we are.
Great. Now go get the pencil.
Alright. Not gonna get the fancy pencil, I'm getting the regular pencil.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get
straight out. Great.
Straight as
Straight
an arrow.
out.
Yep,
Okay.
there.
But that one we
Kinda.
need. That was all right, but we need it right over here a little more. Okay.
Kind of straight, but not
If
so
I could
much.
do it. All right.
I
So,
don't.
and I'll draw a guide down. If I could draw a nice straight guide, one-handed, and hold the camera for you. So there is your guide. So you're going to cut along each one of these here, and again, we can sand out whatever with the file. We can file out whatever doesn't come out nicely with the saw. Okay. So why don't you give it a try?
Oh man.
Watch the guides. Watch the guidelines. Try to keep it as close to them as possible. Remember, go up by the handle. The blade will be less floppy there.
Yeah, you are right. That is way less floppy.
Every now and then. That is a keyhole slot right there.
Yep.
Let me see a thumbs up. Good job. Okay, so we're back off the vise. So we've got our keyholes, and we're going to use this one that we made. Again, this is going to be about roughly the same size as the rest of the tails we're going to make. So we need to get this to be able to fit comfortably down in here, okay? So yours is pretty darn close. So what you're going to do is we're going to give you a tiny file, and I'll take a tiny file, and you're going to get in this slot here. You're going to very carefully get down in this slot and clean it out, make it nice and square. And this is going to take 6 years.
Like you said, from the Alcatraz.
Escaping Alcatraz.
Yep. Boom, 6 years later, you're finally out of prison. And And that is not a funny joke.
It's not?
No.
Camera's over here there, Killer.
Thinking what I'm thinking?
Probably not.
I think we should ask the radio editor something.
What's that?
Cue music.
Let's hear it.
Radio editor, please cue the music.
So get this, regular viewers. My kid worked real hard this week, so we met the goal that we set for him in school and around the house. So we told him we would take him out. And where did you want to go?
An antique shop.
An antique shop. How old are you?
10 years old.
You had to think about that? You're 10 years old and he wants to go to an antique shop. Okay, so we went to an antique shop. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, sir.
What were you looking for?
A vintage model train.
A vintage model train. You want to tell them what you got?
And we found one that was in our budget.
What was it?
It was a...
We had a budget? I didn't know I had any money to spend.
That's what you said in the Sugaling.
Okay. Tail fits. So what'd you get?
I got a Santa Fe. If you don't know the railroad today, BNSF. Well, I got a Santa Fe locomotive from, I think the company is called Lifelike.
Lifelike, okay. That's what you're looking for.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for working so hard this week. Here, throw it out for me. That's much better. Okay. Fits right in there. So, next we're going to drill. And after this, I promise we should be able to get to our, what we're actually trying to do, which is the actual carving part here, or the shaping. So, we got to drill this pinhole now. And again, it's nice to do that while it's square. So again, we are going to draw an X to what?
Mark the spot
Mark
again.
the spot, okay. And you want this kind of not so much in the middle of this, because sometimes this tail is going to fall short of that mark. And sometimes if you try to put it right through here, there's not a lot of meat left on your lure. So you kind of want it through here. So like a quarter of the circle. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was that? You burping in the regular shop over here?
Yes.
Okay, so that should get us, if we were to draw a line up here and across, that's going to get us right about to where we're looking for. You see that?
Yes, sir.
So right on this quarter of this circle there. Okay? So same thing for you. So we want yours to come around here. So draw an X that intersects with that in the middle. Take your time. Do it a straight line this time.
Oh, no, not about...
What is this wandering rivers you're drawing here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do I need a sport or something?
You could use a ruler. You want a ruler? Rulers are cheap, man. Here's a straight edge. Look at, we'll use this right here.
Yeah.
Come on over here, Killer.
All right, we'll use that. There, that should work.
I didn't even see. Was that lined up? Okay, you said it was. Okay, ship it. So, yep, that's going to be right in the same place. Put your, punch you a spot with an awl there.
All right, I-O.
It's right over there. Where are you going?
I-O.
Walking away on us.
Oh, not yo.
Okay, press it in like it insulted your mother. Say, grrr, use your man strength. Good,
Man.
okay. Man strength.
Man, oh man.
And that's a guide for our drill bit, right?
Yes.
So back over to the drill press. How many
Yep.
trips is that now? Like 4 or 5? High five.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back over at the drill press. And we're going to line this guy up. Make our fine adjustments. Make sure it goes to the hole that we put with the awl in. And this is to drill that pinhole to pin the tail in. Okay, like pin the tail on the swim bait. Someone should make a party game for that. What do you say?
Yeah, we should. Just like pin the tail on the donkey.
Oh, that's already a thing? Oh, I did it again. Okay.
Well, you changed the name of it very much.
Oh,
That was very smart.
Pinhole. Pinhole.
Yeah.
Pinhole. Okay.
Camera one,
Right.
camera two. Camera one, camera two. Camera
Great.
one.
Okay, are you ready to try it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, putting it in there level with the jaws of the vise, right? All right, we're going to see if you can do it. Say, go gadget bench sander.
Go gadget, regular bench sander. Whoa, I've never seen that happen right in front of my eyes before.
It worked. You got the power. Good job. Woo!
Hero.
Okay, so now we finally made it to shaping. We've cut all our holes that are necessary for this fish. And one good thing about a mullet is it's pretty just torpedo-ish cigar shape, so it's not going to be that difficult. So basically we're going to take down the edges, round off the back a little bit, round off the snoot, and contour down the tail. I got to take off all this meat right here. We did contour cuts on yours. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
To pull that down, but it's okay because this will make short work of it. So, and now 35 minutes of belt sander. All right, I'm going to keep going with this off camera, but we're going to let the regular assistant take his crack at his. All right?
Okay.
Okay, ready? I'm going to turn it on for you.
Okay, thank you.
So it's important when you're using this, buddy. You don't want to be touching this with the tips of your fingers. It's not going to hurt. It will if you leave it there, but you don't want your hand to go get pressed down on it because it could get sucked down in here, and that's really bad, okay?
Okay.
So just keep your fingers away. All right. I think you're getting the gist of it. So we're going to continue this off camera because it's going to be forever. But the rule is whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other, right?
Yes, sir. You can see an example of what I
Yeah, look at that.
right
Yep,
there.
you're getting those contours on there. Very nice. All right,
Yeah,
let me see a thumbs up. All right.
We're back.
All right, regular viewers. So a little sneak peek of what's to come here. We're going to call the video here for now and do the rest next week. So we've made some progress from what you saw. We're going to show you how we got to that point. But did you learn anything this week?
I learned that prep work is very important when you're doing all the holes for the eyes, lead, and the little points there.
All right. Well, you worked real hard. I really appreciate your participation and how much you helped out. And I think we had a good time. What did you say?
I think we had a great time.
All right.
Doing this.
Okay. Why don't you give him a thumbs up? Join us next week for part 2, all right? You stay regular.
You stay regular.
Don't forget.
Hey, what are you kids doing?